So this is just going to be a quick video to show how to create the center part of this buckle here. So I'm going to roll this back a ways until the point before I created, there we go, that buckle part. I'm going to go right up till about here. So if you can get to this point in a sort of buckle design, which I'll just step through briefly, all this was you start at a regular rectangle, you get it the size you want, extrude it upwards, sketch on the front of it the opening, extrude remove that inwards, so that would be the extrude remove option right there. Then we sketched a rectangle on the top, did an extrude remove downwards to get rid of that. Then we sketched a little bit of an outline here. That was done. All these rectangles inside rectangles, I use the offset command, which lets you pick an object and it offsets a line in a certain direction. So that is how that was created there. Then I extruded that inward all the way till the back. And that pretty much brings us to this point right here. I'm going to bring this back down, where we cut out a shape in the middle there to make room for this buckle part that's going to be popping up in the middle here. So to create this, it's actually quite simple. What we need is and I'm just going to actually ditch all of those parts right there. So what we need something to sketch on in here. And ideally we want to sketch right smack in the middle of this. And you might have seen a second ago, what I had there, if we look over here, is I have a plane. It's hard to see, but it's this blue shape and it says plane 1. That plane there is what I'm going to create in the middle of this, and then I'm going to sketch on top of that. So let me just show that. So that's the plane right there. That allowed me to sketch right on that surface. If I go and edit this sketch, whoops, that's the wrong one. It must be this one. There we go. And I just drew a sort of diagonal shape inside of there, and that's what got us to where we want. So that's what I'm about to do right here. So I'm going to come back over here. Okay. So this is really easy to create this plane in the middle. We're going to find the plane tool up here at the top. If you can't find this button, you can search plane and it should come up. I just hit enter. And then instead of offset, we're going to pick a mid plane. And what this lets you do is it lets you pick two sides of something and it'll create a plane right smack in the middle. So if we wanted to make a plane right in the middle of this opening, I'm going to click on that side and that side. Let me turn on my clicks so you can see that. I'll clear those again. Ready? So I click on this side and that side, and it's going to create a plane right smack in the middle there. This is the plane that I can sketch on. Okay. So I'm just going to create a sketch. And now, right now, it's not popping up. It's not like letting me pick that. It does that sometimes. If that's the case, you can just pick it from over here in the feature area. And that's going to start a sketch right on that plane right there. From this point, what it can be good to do is we are going to grab some of these lines that are from here. So let's see, if I try to draw a line, it's not letting me snap it on anything in there. So I'm going to use the use project / convert option. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this line over and notice how I click on that line way over there and it projects it like a shadow onto the sketch plane. And I'm going to do the same over here, but this time, no, we'll do it right there. There we go. So now I have those lines as reference points, and I know the angle's a little funky here, but you just got to kind of work with it. There is an option if you'd like. You can go over here to this cube and pick section view, and then you can pick that plane, and it should slice it right at that plane, and that can make this easier to work with. And then I clicked on the front of the right cube there to do this. So I will continue working this way. You can do that if you want. But that does make it a little easier. Then I'm just going to draw the rest of the lines I need using the line tool. And I'm going to line things up. I'm going to draw roughly the shape I want. Let's look straight on again. I'm going to go up to like here. I'm going to come straight down. I'm sort of exaggerating a little bit. Right there, something like that. We'll create a closed shape. Some things I know I want, all right? I want to set two lines parallel, so I'm going to go to this drop down right next to dimension. and I'm going to say parallel, or you could search for it. I'm going to make this line parallel to that line, which it looks like they already are, actually. I don't know why I needed to do that. But other things I want to do is I want to make it so this point lines up with this point right here. So let's see if we can't drag those. So what we can do is, again, we're going to go to use. We're going to use that dot, just that dot. And we're going to get the bottom dot too. We could have done a line, but now I hit escape. Now I can drag these dots and I can get it to snap. So it's snapping onto those. Snap that one right there. And then I'm going to bring this up a little bit. Let's snap it to the midpoint. That looks pretty good. Let's bring this up. Oh, it's snapping to the midpoint already. If I make this line and this line parallel, let's see what happens. I don't think it's going to like that. Nope, we can't do that. So you know what? I undid it, and I'm not going to snap it to that point. Instead, so I just hit undo, but I did it on the keyboard. I'm going to make these two lines parallel. There we go. So I hit parallel when those two lines were picked. So let me do that again. I undid it so you can see. I'm going to click here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to say parallel. And that makes those two parallel. And now, let me see. I just want to get this all to turn black here. So I'm going to set the distance from here to here to be, let's make it an even number. Let's make it 2. And now it all turns black. It's all constrained. Now I can extrude this, and I can use extrude. And I'm going to also turn off that section view. So I'll pick turn section view off. I'm going to just pick that shape there. I'm going to say add so that it adds it to something. And when it says merge scope, I'm going to click merge with just this piece right here. And now you're going to notice it's going way out one side. I'm going to, instead from blind, I'm going to change it to symmetric. And now, kind of like the midplane, it's going to go in both directions. And now I can drag this to where it's about right. I could type a number. Let's type 16 because it's a nice even number. And click the check mark. And now we have right inside there our shape that we wanted. If I really want to also, what I could do is I could hide the base here. So I'll click the eye next to it. And I could go underneath and I can do a fillet on the underside of this right there. And that's going to smooth it out and create a sort of ramp. I'll click the check mark. We can leave that at the default. I think it's 5 millimeters. And that's going to make this a little stronger, more rigid, but less likely to break off. So hopefully this helps to create that buckle part, and we can unhide that. Watch this video slowly, go forward, backward as much as you need, and that is how you create the little flapper part of a buckle that's going to slide in and out of here and kind of clip in.